I'm so sorry.
Not too loud.
Stay to the left. Stay to the left. I want to see Frank.
What's up, Dominic? Kev? What's going on? How we doing there? Marshall? Johnny?
Same here.
Robert? Ryan? DD? What's going on, guys? Luigi? Good job.
Yeah, it was.
Mr. LaCour looking good. You too, Miss Authors. Better than ever, Miss.
What the
Sorry
hell?
about
No
that.
paparazzi.
Thank you. Everybody please stand as I introduce our Mistress of Ceremonies, Annabella Blue Ambrose.
Good afternoon. If everyone would please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, the National Anthem, and remain standing for a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let us have a moment of silence as we honor those men and women who served, who are now serving, and those who have given their lives to defend our country and our freedom. Please be seated.
Thank you, Blue. Before every faculty meeting, we call on a staff member for the reading of the mission statement. Today, it is my turn. The mission of the Islip Career Center is to provide quality career education programs that will transition each student from secondary education to competitive employment. I then ask the staff member how they accomplish that in their classrooms. My answer today is this. Our staff does this every day in every class at the Islip Career Center. Our staff prepares students with the job-ready skills and the soft skills such as communication, problem solving, and social skills for entry-level employment. They teach the students how to be able to work as part of a team. This is done by the work the students do in their classes, by the many different customer service projects completed, and the individual student and/or class internship opportunities we provide. We have also started speaking to our students about DEI, teaching them to embrace the diversity in this world and to understand that some people have been undeserved and not given the same opportunities as others. We teach the importance of equity, actively working to respond to bias, harassment, and discrimination. And we teach inclusion, that we need to bring those who have been traditionally excluded into the decision-making process to ensure equal access and opportunity. We want to teach our students to be the change that makes a difference in this world. I read a quote this morning, actually the other day, from Louisa May Alcott that really moved me. The quote reads, "I am not afraid of storms, for I am learning how to sail my ship." Now, not everybody is a boater, and this quote really doesn't have much to do with boating. What it does is references life. As I read the quote over and over, I concentrated on two words that resonated with me. The first word was afraid. Fear can be both paralyzing and motivating. Henry Ford once said, "One of the greatest discoveries a person makes, one of their greatest surprises, is to find that they can do what they were afraid they couldn't do." The mission of the Iceland Career Center is to train our students to enter the workforce. What we hear the most from our students is they are afraid. Afraid to graduate, afraid to enter the workforce. Some will sabotage their chances to get a job. It is not that they are unprepared for the interview or for the work. Rather, it is fear that stops them. You have to face your fears. You have to look into yourself and ask yourself, what am I afraid of and why? Never let fear stop you from trying. You need to acknowledge that you are afraid, but also know that you have what it takes to face the fear head on, because you will never know if you will fail or succeed unless you try. That brings me to the second word that moved me in the quote, which was learning. No matter what age or where we are in our lives at this very moment, we are all learning how to sail our ships in a storm named COVID. Every day since March 2019, we have learned about this COVID pandemic. We had to learn what the world was calling the new normal. We learned how to properly wear a mask, which you can see I'm not, how to social distance, how to clean, and ultimately how to live our new lives. First thing the children had to do is learn to work remotely. They had to learn all the different formats: Flipgrid, Zoom, Remind, Google Meet, just to name a few. Many of our children became the educators. They helped us and we learned from them. They showed us how to download and use these online resources to work from home as they were learning from home. I definitely think they acclimated better than the adults did. They made the best of a difficult situation. It was September when we were learning how our districts were going to send to us, whether they would do remotely, in person, or a variation of the two. ICC was lucky enough to be fully in person, and yes, we needed luck on our side this entire school year. Fortunately, we only had to close for 6 days due to COVID. This is a testament to the hard work of our dedicated staff, you as parents, and our amazing students. We met this challenge, this fear, head on, and we were able to provide them the education that we live by our mission statement. The classes may have looked a little different, more spaced out, but the work and the energy was still completed. It was heartbreaking to see our children miss the many important milestones in their high school careers. But we also learned how strong our students are, and when they faced all the challenges and changes in their lives, they learned to persevere and hopefully have come out stronger. Now, as they get ready to enter the adult world, we hope that it's not fear that holds them back, but learning that will help them move forward and grow. They are going to learn new skills at whatever job they choose. They are going to learn about friendship and about love. They are going to learn that the future is something to look forward to. I want to applaud this group of graduates sitting in front of me, because you guys have had a very difficult 2 years, but you all weathered the COVID storm, and I am sure you will weather any other storm that may come in your path. All of us sitting under this tent know that because of what you faced and how well you faced it, you are stronger and more determined and ready to face an uncertain world, not with fear, but with wonder and learning. I would like to congratulate each and every student sitting under this tent and wish you success in whatever path you choose. And I want to leave you with one more quote from probably one of the greatest soccer players ever, Pele. Success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you're doing or what you're learning to do. Thank you. Definitely with a smaller amount of students, we are going to move quickly through this graduation ceremony. So we are going to start with our awards. Nurse Anderson and Ms. Tahar, please come to the mic.
Hi, everybody. Ms. Tahar and I are here to recognize a student in the welding class and award him with the Robert Vetter Memorial Award. Mr. Vetter was a master welder, a welding teacher at Western Suffolk BOCES, and was active in Skills USA. He was a mentor to our teacher, Ms. Tahar, and my lifelong friend. He always saw which students carried the passion in the field of welding, sometimes before the students saw it themselves. These students worked very hard, took welding seriously more than the rest of the students, and had the skills needed for the industry. Today we recognize a student that shares these same traits. Robert Rodriguez, please come to the stage. Robert is a second-year welding student who has utilized his time here to complete his Vertical Up certification. He never takes a day off and is extremely hard-working in the shop. He has gained so much confidence during his 2 years at ICC. After graduation, Robert plans to work as a custodian in the Sachem School District while he attends Suffolk Community College for manufacturing technology. We are very proud of Robert's accomplishments. He has shown the passion and dedication in the welding field. If Mr. Vetter was here today, he would also be so proud of him.
Thank you, Nurse and Ms. Tahar. Our next award is the Iceland Career Center's Most Improved Student Award. The student who is receiving this year's Most Improved Student Award has been a student in our carpentry program for the past 2 years. Yet there are some of the ICC staff who remember him when he was in elementary school and are so proud to see the change in his attitude and behavior. Mr. McGoldrick states that every school year is met with challenges, but the last 2 years have been particularly difficult. Last year, it was not easy learning carpentry virtually, but this student was able to rise to the challenge and overcome these hurdles. Mr. McGoldrick also stated that the student enjoyed his virtual lunches with the student every day. This year, the student took on significant responsibilities in the carpentry shop. He organized, built, and sold cigar box guitars that were a big hit during the holidays. Mr. McGoldrick and I know that Mr. McCarthy has been practicing his box guitar every day after school. This student also led a crew of carpentry students to refinish the picnic tables that could be found around campus. It has been a pleasure having this student at the Iceland Career Center, and we wish him the best in whatever the future brings. Will Jonathan Johnny Munns please come to the stage and receive the Iceland Career Center Most Improved Student Award.
Okay.
Face the camera for a picture. Come close to me.
Thanks.
Yeah.
job, Johnny. Thanks. Okay.
Our last award of the day is our Islip Career Center's Outstanding Student Award. The recipient of this award is a young lady who has a smile, a wave, and a kind word for everyone she meets. This is her second year at ICC. Last year she was in the Canine Careers program, but decided that she wanted to learn more about working with computers, so she chose computer graphic arts. Her teacher, Ms. Sparwasser, states that she goes out of her way all the time to be helpful to both staff and students. When she began the class this year, she brought in her sketchbook of drawings to show Ms. Sparwasser. She clearly had innate artistic talent, but she was nervous about doing art using a computer. She didn't let that fear stop her, and she became quite skilled. She was a quick learner and progressed to doing client work very early in the year. Her skills have continued to develop, and her customer service skills are exceptional. Her kind nature and perseverance will serve her well no matter what path she takes in her future. Will Brianna Gritz please come to the stage to accept the ICC Career Center Outstanding Student? Let's please give one more round of applause for all the recipients. Ms. Blue.
Hello, my name is Annabella Ambrose, but here at ICC I am known as Blue. I am from the Station School District and I am a second-year student in Canine Careers program. At first, I was not a very happy-go-lucky person when I started here, and I had my fair share of cranky days. I think the main reason I was always so cranky was because I was scared to be in a new place and around new people. But then a wise woman told me, when you enter this classroom, your attitude, your crankiness, and any bad feelings need to be left outside, because the animals feel it as well. She told me every day not to second-guess myself, and she even set me up with an internship. I want to say that being at ICC has taught me how to work in a business by myself, and how I know I can be successful working at a grooming shop, because I definitely have the skills, I have the knowledge, and I have the confidence. I would like to personally thank that wise woman, my teacher, Ms. Connor, and the Canine Career staff, Ms. Yvonne and Ms. Siobhan, for help sculpt me into the woman I am today. Personally, Ms. Connor, I would like to thank you for the great talks and the amazing advice that you always gave me. I'm so grateful for everything you have taught me. Every single day I come into your classroom, even though I may not have shown it, I was so happy. I was happy coming to ICC, and I was definitely very happy going into the canine classroom. I was happy seeing all the dogs, and being happy made me come to school every single day. I know that I was not always an easy student, and for that I am truly sorry, but coming to this place, to ICC, has definitely molded me into a happier, smarter young lady. And I definitely want to thank everyone at ICC for everything that you do, and I want to thank the 2021 graduates. Congratulations, guys, we did it. Part of the day, certificates of completion are given out to students who have completed at least 1 year in the career program.
Okay. First, from the Computer Graphic Arts Technology class, Ms. Sparwasser's Kevin Amaya. From Ms. Gradovsky, Ms. Majori's early childhood education class, Jenna Becker. From Mr. Placella's Computer Graphic Arts Technology, Daniel Burns. This student received his OSHA 10 and RAM set operator license in the carpentry class with the instructor of Mr. Magola, Charles Camazuli. It was always nice to take Charles' temperature when he came off the bus because he wore a jacket that said his whole name. It was always easy to find on my sheet. Yes. In Mr. Placella's Computer Graphic Arts Tech class, Matthew Carrero. In Ms. Gradowski's, Ms. Maggiori's early childhood class, Veronica Contreras.
Sorry. Okay. Thank you.
The next student received his OSHA 10 RAM set operator license, OSHA 10 and RAM set operator license, and will be attending Job Corps Carpentry in the fall. Mr. McGoldrick's class, James Corbett. In Ms. Finero's retail store services is Nicholas Dementi. This student from Ms. Farwash's Computer Graphic Arts class was accepted to the Suffolk Community College for the fall. Dennis DeMille III.
Where's the smile?
In Miss Powers' cosmetology class, Jake DeRose. This student received his OSHA 10 certification and his RAM set operator license in Mr. McGoldrick's carpentry class, Stephen Duffy Corvea. In Ms. Chahar's Introduction to Welding Metal Fabrication class, James Graff. Mr. McCarthy, get it again. We're upside down. In Miss Andina's Introduction to Appearance Enhancement, Mariah Gregory. Auto Washers Computer Graphic Arts Tech, Brianna Gritz.
Thank you.
One more.
Thank you.
And Mr. Erhan, Vehicle Maintenance and Light Repair, Mr. Sincere Hawkins. This student and I have had some good memories. In the Introduction to Welding Metal Fabrication class, and also going to Ohio Tech. Which one? Hobart. Alex Hearn Soma. Alex also received his 3G welding certification, which is a very big deal. Congratulations, Alex. In Chef Frankson's Introduction to Cooking, Sasha Kratz. This student received his OSHA 10 certification and Ramset operator license. In Mr. McGoldrick's carpentry class, Dominic Lantigua.
Hello, everybody. I am so glad that you all came here today, and I would like to thank my mom, my sister, and all my friends for being here, and my very good friend, Courtney. She's been so good, and I would like to thank her for being my friend this year. Thank you.
And the Vehicle Maintenance and Light Repair class, Mr. Erhan's class, Kevin Limehouse. And Ms. Tahar's Introduction to Welding Metal Fabrication, Marshall McDonald. And Mr. Abel's Facilities Maintenance class, Jason Meha Perla. And Mr. Erhan's Vehicle Maintenance and Light Repair, Al Melbourne. This student received his OSHA 10 certification and Ramset operator license for Mr. McGoldrick's class, Jonathan Johnny Mung.
Okay, can I speak on the mic for a second? Quick one.
Hi, Dad. And Mr. Dowski's, Miss Maggiori's Early Childhood Education class, Erica Nichols. And the Early Childhood class with Mr. Dowski and Miss Maggiore, Emily O'Donnell. And Mr. Placella's Computer Graphic Arts Tech, Gabriel Parja. This student in Mr. McGoldrick's carpentry class received his OSHA 10 certification and Ramset operator license, Jake Peterson.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Good to go, Jake.
In Chef Frankston's Introduction to Cooking, Nicholas Pizzino.
Good to be here. All right.
This student is working at the Home Depot currently. From Retail Store Services, Ms. Finero, Rachel Platt.
Did you get one?
And Mr. Haar's Introduction to Welding Metal Fabrication, Stephen Portagiano. And Ms. Gradowski's Miss Maggiori's Early Childhood Education, Courtney Quillen. And Miss Powers' Cosmetology class, Janasia Rodriguez. And Ms. Tahar's Introduction to Welding Metal Fabrication, Joelle Rodriguez. And Ms. Tahar's Introduction to Welding Metal Fabrication, Robert Rodriguez. And Chef Frankston's Introduction to Cooking, Ryan Rosinski. And Chef Frankston's Introduction to Cooking class, Kaylee Secker. And Miss Finero's Retail Store Services, my man, Didiano C. Mungo. And Mr. Erhan's Vehicle Maintenance and Repair, James Seria. In Mr. Haar's Introduction to Welding and Metal Fabrication, Matthew Shelton. Matthew has his 3G and 4G certification, which is very good. And Miss Finero's retail store, John Slater, Jack Slater. And the introduction to welding metal fabrication, Miss Tahar. Also accepted to Hobart, Luigi Strada. And Miss Powers' cosmetology class, Caitlin Tabala. And Miss Thorwasser's computer graphic arts tech class, Christoph Ulinski. And Mr. Amos' facilities maintenance class, Nicholas Vitelli. And Mr. Placella's computer graphic arts class, Stephen Weissman. And Miss Powers' cosmetology class, Kaylee Wendell. And Mr. Hall's class, Introduction to Welding Metal Fabrication, Matthew Yeekey. And I've gotten to know this name very well. Miss Powers' cosmetology class, let's see if I say it right, Miranda Zimmerocek. And a big round of applause for everybody. At this time, I would like to just take a moment to announce the ICC staff who will be retiring at the end of this school year. Ms. Pat Kearns and Ms. Joan Walters. Ms. Kearns has given over 20 years of service to Eastern Suffolk BOCES and the Islip Career Center, working first as a substitute and then both a classroom and individual aide. Ms. Kearns has a big heart and would do anything for the students under her care. Ms. Kearns has definitely made an impact on the lives of so many of our students. Ms. Walters has dedicated 26 years of service to Eastern Suffolk BOCES. She came to ICC from our supportive employment program. She wanted to go back into the classroom and work directly with students. She has been an asset in our cosmetology program and has worked closely with both the teacher and the students. She's a calming presence that the students know they can talk to and trust. We thank both Ms. Kearns and Ms. Walters for their service to Eastern Suffolk BOCES and to ICC, and wish them both well in their retirement. I would like to thank the many staff members that work behind the scenes to keep the Islip Career Center running smoothly. First, a thank you to our teacher coordinator and the photographer, videographer at this ceremony, Mr. McCarthy. as well as our guidance counselor, Ms. McDivitt. I would like to thank all of our administrative assistants for their tireless effort, Ms. Caitlin Benty, Joanne Muservi, Janet Pine, Marie Schaefer, and Judy Season. Our custodial staff, Mr. Stephen Piccarello, Matthew Hoshhagen, Darrell Bloxon, and Christopher Taft. And to our Recognition Day committee members, for all their hard work and dedication in putting our ceremony together, from setting up the chairs, the balloons, and the program, and for everything else in between. I want to thank Mr. Havens and Ms. Healy and the horticulture students who created the beautiful floral displays. I especially want to thank my entire staff at ICC. It is truly the place to be. That is our motto. And the reason that this statement is true is because of what they do every day. Staff at ICC are the hardest working and the most caring staff at Eastern Suffolk BOCES. I have been here 30 years and been in many places, and it's easy to spot the hardest working staff. They all do tremendous work every day. At this time, I want to say great job to Blue and have her come back up for closing remarks. Thank you. It's amazing that I almost forgot the one person because she didn't write her own name down, my assistant principal, Miss Dawn Ciccolone. That's what we call a COVID kiss, masked on.
At this time, we ask that all visitors remain seated until the student recessional is complete. There are 2 tables set up across from the tent by the building for the students to return their gowns. Before you hand in your gown, please stop and take a picture by the beautiful waterfall display created by our horticulture class. And if you'd like to sign your child out after returning your gown, you can do so at those tables as well. We thank everyone for attending our ceremony. Congratulations to our ISO Career Center's 2020